We listen. I don't want to ever hear anybody in the Discord say that we don't listen. Starting with Season 3, we finally get to reveal and talk about... Man, we have a lot to talk about today. But what we're going to do is we're going to give people a few minutes to get in here, get through that door, and then yes, beans, we will spill the beans. Hope everyone's doing well. So here is how today is going to go, because like I said, we have a lot to talk about, a lot of information to share. It's all very exciting stuff, but we're going to start with Season 3 tuning that is going to go over all of the changes to units and factions and all that stuff. If there's any quick questions, we can answer those, and then we will move on to one of two very big things that we're excited to talk about. And I can guarantee that one of them, you guys have no idea. No idea. Okay, so let's do this. So the first one is actually happening, and that is that Pew's ricochet shot is actually from our previous game. So I think I've talked about this before, but for Rift Wars, we did have a different game, and that different game did not work, but that different game had Pew in it, and Pew's innate ability was ricochet shot. Obviously, with Marksman, it's kind of a problem, and it just made sense to have Pew function like other units. So his ricochet shot is now an official ability. So every third attack will be a ricochet shot. That is how Pew will work now. So he'll have an ability bar. Every third attack, that ricochet shot will hit one additional unit, but it's also been tuned up. Speaking of Marksman, another quick change is we've reduced the health of Shockwave. So Shockwave has kind of turned into a big tank unit, and that's not the purpose of Shockwave. We want Shockwave to kind of be crowd control while also like moving units around with the push ability. But obviously with support and Marksman, Shockwave was just a big giant tank and a little bit too easy to soak up damage with. So Shockwave base health has been reduced to 650, and of course we will post all of these values in the Discord. We've also reduced the damage of Bomber. So Bomber is a very powerful character, mostly because of AoE. So we have a handful of AoE units in the game, and we want to try to compensate for the benefit of AoE by just checking damage a little bit. So Bomber damage has been reduced to 45. The other change is to Aggressor. So Aggressor at 2 of 4 has been very easy to get online. And so we've reduced the 2 of 4 for Aggressor to 15% to attack and 4 of 4 to 35%. A little bit less to team-wide attack because it's been extremely powerful. The other change is to Mutant. When you get Mutant online, it is very difficult to deal with as an opponent. So what we decided to do, we really like how Mutant functions. We didn't want to mess with it. All we've done is we've reduced the cap. So instead of units being able to be buffed up to 200%, they can now be buffed up to 150%. So that shaves off effectively 2 rounds of buffs. Still worth getting online early, still a big, benefit to having that, but it won't get as out of control. So this one hurt a little bit. I was not super happy to make this change, but it is definitely better for the game overall. Skeeter. So Skeeter has proven to be an absolute monster, whether you're pairing it with Plasmabot or the recycle modifier. But obviously getting energy is extremely valuable in this game. While we didn't want to completely remove the ability from Skeeter, we definitely had to rein it in a little bit. So with that, Skeeter will now only generate energy every 9th attack. So that's up from every 4th attack, I believe, or 5th attack. So every 5th attack was the original, now it's every 9th attack. So obviously if you're building into attack speed, recycle modifier, like all that stuff will still be very powerful. It's just not going to be as insane. This one, what's interesting is I don't think anybody cares about this one, but we internally were seeing some issues with it. So this is Land Shark. So Land Shark's stone skin ability is kind of insane in that it reduces damage reduction by 100%. When you do some particular builds with Land Shark and attack speed, it's kind of unfair. And Land Shark is not a legendary unit, but I would argue it's had kind of legendary ability, right? So what we've done is Stone Skin is the same. It still triggers after 3 attacks or whatever it is, every 4th attack. but now it will only reduce damage taken by 50%. So before it was 100%. So Landshark was legit just immune from damage, just reduces damage by 50% when Stone Skin is active. So Beans, you beat me to Trophy Hunter. We obviously released Trophy Hunter knowing that it was a little bit powerful, but we wanted to kind of let the meta form and see how people were taking to it. So we are reducing the attack speed buff for the Revenge Totem from 300% to 200%. So it's still a big increase to attack speed. We might need to tune it again, but we don't want to come out of the gate and just completely ruin it. It's just 100% off, and that is where we will land with that. The other one we were seeing is Plasmabot's lifelink has still been a little bit of a problem. There's been less talk about it in the Discord, but again, we still look at data on the back end. And so what we've decided to do, and this is actually, I can't spoil anything, but we have some big changes to leaders or heroes. We're going to start calling them leaders, by the way. That's another change. We have a big change coming at some point in the future, and so some of these hero changes will make a little bit more sense. But for Plasmabot, we have further reduced time that lifelink is active. So when a unit dies, how long it stays as a ghost is now going to be 5 seconds base. So again, we have some cool stuff happening in the future. Can't tell you what it is, but this is where those two heroes or leaders will be for now. So let's talk about buffs now. We continue to have a problem with dealing with backline units, and the goal of Thunderbloom has always been to help deal with backline units, but it wasn't quite doing it. So I have a feeling Thunderbloom is going to see a lot of use now. Thunderbloom will now deal 1.5x of its current damage as that sort of plasma strike to the furthest enemy unit. So if your opponent has a pew hiding in the back, you can now absolutely snipe it out of existence. So Thunderbloom is feeling awesome, and we hope that that helps deal with some of the backline unit problems without always having to rely on Breacher. So we're also aware of this. Again, I wish I could tell you some other things that we have up and coming, but we will have plenty more ways to interact with backline units. So hang tight. And then the other one, I'm really excited for this. So Bruiser. Bruiser, in theory, on paper, is a really cool ability. The problem was that Bruiser units themselves didn't benefit from the ability. So we have taken that rule out. So when you get Bruiser online, Bruiser units can now buff themselves and the other units on your team. So the weird thing with Bruiser was you get the 3 units out and they don't do anything, right? They don't buff themselves, so you just have a whole round of Bruiser faction online and no benefit. So Bruiser units can buff each other and themselves now. So it's pretty powerful. I think we're going to see a lot of Bruiser use, which we're excited about. So the next 2 changes are pretty dramatic, and we're really excited to see what happens as a result. So let's start with VIP. So VIP, when you get it online, is very powerful, but it's difficult to get online. It's expensive, and we found that usage rate for VIP was incredibly low. The win rate was really high. When people get VIP online, you win most of the time, but the usage rate was super low, and we really want to get a good balance of usage throughout the game. So VIP is going to get a pretty dramatic change. Here's how it works now. And reminder, we will post all of this in the Discord. You don't have to remember everything. VIP is now a 2 of 4 and 4 of 4 faction. So it is no longer only 4 of 4. The logic is still the same, so your highest buffed unit will take on the role of VIP. But the way it works now is at 2 of 4, your VIP unit will get a 50% buff to attack speed, and at 4 of 4, it will also get a 50% buff to attack. So it's still super powerful, but it's a lot easier to interact with other factions and classes. So 2 of 4, 4 of 4, and yeah, it's a lot better. There's a lot of interesting things you can do with this as well, which we're excited about. So have fun exploring VIP now. The other change, this is probably the biggest change of everything, and then we're done with changes to units and factions and heroes. Scavenger, yes, I agree, Demigod. The feedback for VIP is still being talked about. We could definitely improve it. Scavenger has actually gone through a couple of iterations, and the current version is every time a friendly unit dies, your other units gain some health back. But it's complicated, and even after going through millions of versions of how to explain how it works, it's just not super intuitive. So what we've decided to do is just change what this ability does. So Scavenger now, every time a friendly unit dies, all of your other units gain a 25% boost to attack speed up to 150%. So if you're doing some crazy Buzzkill Mechmaster Scavenger build, you can ramp up attack speed of all of your other units pretty quickly. We think this just makes a lot more sense. So health and how they heal and how much they heal was proving to be really complicated. And yes, bees do count. It should be any friendly unit. So if you're using Buzzkill Hero, those are friendly units. The bees that spawn from hives, the bees that spawn from Buzzkill, the mechs that spawn from Mechmaster, the chompers that spawn from Forgemaster, and it is for the whole team. Yes. So if one bee dies, your whole team gets a plus 25% boost to attack speed. And obviously that only lasts for that battle. So that will reset each battle. So it's not a permanent increase. Any initial questions on those changes? Because that's everything. That is our current season 3 tuning. Buff Tempest and make a hero like Landshark, but teleports backline. Yeah, that's a fun idea. We have started work on season 4 hero. I am very excited. It might be our best hero ever. So make Landshark great. Well, sorry, bud. We kind of made Landshark worse, but he's still pretty powerful. Okay. So with that, I think we're going to jump into each round. Yes, each round it resets. So during the battle phase, any of those attack speed buffs that happen will go back to 0 for the next battle. Pew is meant to be a sort of nerf, but it's mostly just bringing Pew in line with the way the rest of the game works. Like I said, Pew is OG. Pew is honestly one of our oldest units we've had in the game. And so making Pew work like the other units where that ricochet ability isn't just a thing that happens, it's actually on an ability counter, just makes a lot of sense. But we do want to try to rein in the support marksman build, and this helps a lot. So we've done a lot of play testing, and support marksman is still strong, but it's much easier to deal with now. Okay, there are 2 really cool things that we get to talk about now. The first one is, ready? Wait, where is it? Hopefully we got some drum roll here, is clans. We finally get to reveal and talk about clans. I want to set everyone's expectations. This is version 1 of Clan. This is the earliest version of it. We have about 500 billion additional things that are already planned and being worked on, but we want to get everyone into a clan and starting to engage with the early systems and being prepared for the next step of clans, which is going to happen sooner than you would think. This isn't like Clan Wars is not 6 months away. It's a lot sooner than that. So let's go through the flow of clans together. Click on clans here, and this is the clan browser. So we have a bunch of test clans in the game. When we go live, there won't be any clans. So the first thing you can do is you can browse through clans. You can request to join any. We have a bunch of different filters for how you search for clans. And then you can see if you have any requests that you've sent out to join, or if anyone has invited you to a clan. What we're going to do is we're just going to create one really quick so you can see what that looks like. So we're going to do only devs, and we're going to do you must be a dev to be a dev. You can choose an emblem. We're going to add a bunch of stuff to this, and we'll probably have ways to earn new emblems and all that fun stuff, but we're just going to do the radioactive icon, and we're going to ignore that spelling error. Don't worry about that. So for join type, you have 3 options. You have open, request, and close. So open means your clan will appear in the clan browser and anybody can join it as long as there's an open spot. If you have it set to request, your clan is still viewable, but people have to send a request to join your clan. And as an officer or above, you can manage invites and choose who comes in and who doesn't. Or it can just be closed and then no one can join your clan unless you invite people in, right? The other thing you can do is you can set how many required battle points there are. So if you want anybody to join, maybe they've been playing the game for 10 minutes, you'd set it to open and required battle points to 0. Or if you're hardcore, like I know most of you are in this stream, you might set it to requests and 6,500. You only want Obsidian players in the game, so that's where you can set this. You can also set your primary language. This is just for searchability. So we had a player earlier from Brazil. Obviously, you can set what your primary language is, and that just indicates to people that that might be the language that you speak in chat, but it doesn't change the language of the game or the clan itself. And there is no requirement to unlock clans right now. As soon as you complete the tutorial, clans is open to everybody. The only requirement to create a clan, and these values could change. I'm still working on a test build, so don't write down any of these values, but at the moment it costs 100 gems, and this is just to prevent weird exploits. We don't want to make it free because players will do a bunch of weird stuff, so we're trying to avoid that. So I'm going to create a clan. Actually, I'm not going to. I'm going to join a clan. So I'm going to join this 25 clan here. This is what our clan page looks like, and let me answer. If you set Obsidian to join, and let's say someone in this, no, plebs, it shouldn't kick people based on your current battle points. So it is just the battle points required to get into the clan, but how your battle points change after that won't kick you out, but you could get kicked out, right? If you have a clan that requires everyone to have high battle points, you might get kicked out for that reason. This is our clan hub, and I cannot join this clan, so I'm going to join this one. So with version 1 of clans, we have 2 primary things that you guys get to engage with. The first is this little building in the middle here. This is called your clan headquarters. And remember that not all of what I'm showing here is final. Some of the numbers are placeholder, so don't, just keep that in mind. But if I click on my clan HQ, this is where you can see all the members that are in your clan. If you are an officer or above, you'll have extra options at the top here where you can see the emoji of me doing this now. Awesome. Yeah, you'll have all different kinds of things that you can do. So you can search for other clans, you can invite people. I'm not high enough in this clan because I just joined it, so I can't do anything too crazy. You can view people, all that fun stuff. This part down here is kind of important. So where it says ability cooldown and member capacity. So we're releasing with 2 clan buildings. The first is clan headquarters, right? By default, member capacity, I believe, is 30 or 35. The way you increase that is by upgrading your clan headquarters. And this is a clan-wide process. Not one person alone can upgrade a building. So the way this works is each day you will have the ability to donate to the clan buildings of your choice, but you only get 5 donations per day. So what that means is if you come in and you want to do all 5 donations to the clan headquarters, you can do that. Each building, and we have many more buildings coming, okay? I want to make that clear. We have like 5 or 6 that are already designed and being worked on, and we are going to release them at a steady cadence. But to start, clan headquarters determines how many members can be in your clan, and then the ability itself. So all buildings will have an ability, and I'm going to show you what those look like. So the ability for the clan headquarters is what's called Core Rush. So an officer or above can choose to enable an ability, and it has a timer. So Core Rush right now is 2 hours. But what that means is for every time you win a match with this ability active, you will get additional cores. So this takes some coordination from, like I said, officer or above to maybe pop in and send a message and say, hey everyone, I'm gonna enable Core Rush. So if people wanna make more progress on the battle pass, this can be helpful. To be clear, cores are going to matter a lot very soon. It's not just something for the battle pass. So this will make a lot more sense when the next building releases. So keep that in mind. But for now, it's just a nice little treat. You want to make a little bit more progress on the battle pass, this can help with that. Hi Musics, good to see you. The next building is called the Training Hub, and it's probably nothing like you think it is. We're very excited for this one, and I hope you guys are as well. So I'm going to click on the Training Hub. The Training Hub is where you can park units to gain XP over time, okay? So what that means is I have this common slot open, and this clan that I'm showing as an example is max level. You only have access to the common slot initially, so you have to upgrade the Training Hub to unlock the 3 additional slots, which is rare, epic, and legendary. So I'm going to tap on the common slot, and that's going to show me what units are eligible to go into it, and I'm going to choose Headhunter. And now you can see there's a little timer under the XP bar. So Headhunter is now passively generating XP. If I want him to get XP faster, I can deposit gems into this gem drive. Now, the way that gem drive works is it's a personal thing right now. So every player has their own 4 slots. You don't have to share them with your clan. And the gem drive is your own personal stash. So if I want, I can go in and I'm gonna donate, I'm gonna donate 60 because 100 is too much. So I'm gonna fill my gem drive. And so now you can see, look at how fast he's generating XP. Boom, just generated 1 XP. And boom, just generated another XP, right? So the way this works, the only other thing to keep in mind is once a unit is full on XP, it will stop generating additional XP, so you have to take it out of the training spot. But the intention here is, hey, I have a unit that I really need XP for, and I've been getting unlucky with packs or whatever, or I specifically want this unit to get XP because I need to level it up because it's powerful. Now you have a means to do that. And like I said, you do not have to spend gems. These units will passively generate XP without spending gems, but you can dramatically 5x speed it up by dropping 60 gems in, and that will last you for 24 hours right now. So 60 gems will give you a full 24 hours of boost to the production rate, okay? So we think this is really fun. It's interesting to decide which units you should slot in, and it's also a really fun way to engage with your clan. The goal with donating to buildings is we want everyone to be engaged and contributing. So logging in and doing your donations as a group, as a clan, will get your training hub or your headquarters leveled up faster, which means you get better benefits from these buildings. Of course, on the leaderboards and the clan view, you can see what level clan headquarters is. And then we will have a version 1 leaderboard right now, which just mainly shows the total battle points. We still have clan wars, which will be the big thing. But in the meantime, you can at least compare how many battle points you have collectively, and you can brag about if you have the most. But that is clans. We're very excited to get this out. We're even more excited for all the stuff that this unlocks. But now I get to show off the thing that nobody knows about. No one is gonna have seen this coming. So you guys ready for this? And we're gonna use our lovely assistant, James here, who's sitting off camera. Here we go. God, I'm so excited for this. We listen. I don't want to ever hear anybody in the Discord say that we don't listen. We listen. So, starting with season 3, we're introducing a brand new event type, and it is going to run for the duration of the season. And it is so much fun, and it's meant to appeal to everybody. And let me explain what I mean by that. So feast your eyes on this little eyeball in a crystal ball. That is our season 3 event, and it is called Choose Your Fate. So here's how it works. You have a very lovely ladder to climb to earn rewards. Every win, for the early tiers at least, will move you up a tier, and you get to collect the reward. Losses do not move you back though. There is no moving backward. And this is meant to be for the casual players, right? We want casual players to have something to do. It's not just grinding and losing a bunch of battle points, okay? But we use our ears and our eyes. We listen. This event has standardized unit levels. All units, all heroes will be level 7. So that means there is no pay to win. Doesn't matter if you're a brand new player or you're our most advanced player. It is an even playing field when you are matching and choose your fate, okay? So that means that it is all about skill, right? However, there's a twist. So you're probably wondering, well, what does the choose your fate part mean? Okay, here's what it means. I am going to queue with James right now. So we're gonna hit play and you guys are just gonna get to watch what this is like, because goodness, is it a good one. Here we go. Here we go. So standard match so far, right? Like, oh, big whoop, who cares? I'm gonna draft a unit here and then, oh, what's this? What are these cards? Double all buffs or gain a copy square? I'm gonna choose my fate and I'm gonna get a copy square on the field. And then we're gonna try to take advantage of that copy square. So every draft phase, you and your opponent will get to pick between 2 different perks or fates. And the way it works is both you and your opponent will always get the same rarity, but you will not get the same 2 choices. So the choices that you make matter a lot. And some of the choices are absolute insanity. Yes, you can see what your opponent picked. So I'm gonna get free bench. This is a common one, so it's nothing crazy, but we just got a free unit, so not complaining too much. This is, if you click on the little eye, you can see what you and your opponent have chosen so far. And we have also, yes, we have improved feedback on the different squares, because with this mode, you can now have all different kinds of squares on the field at once. So with this, you can now see what the square is and you can tap on it to get info, which is really helpful. Okay, I'm obviously losing because I'm more interested in showing off what this is. Here we go. Fill all your empty playfield squares with a spider mech. Yeah, let's do that. Let's see what that looks like. And I'm obviously avoiding using my hero power because, you know, I don't want to make James feel too bad. The other really cool thing about this mode is our plan throughout the season. No, just wait. You just wait. There it is. Our plan throughout the season is to continue introducing more fates. So what we are starting with is, I think, 40-ish, something like that, different fates. And seriously, some of the legendary fates are insane, like gain +4 to team size for the rest of the match. But throughout the season, we are planning on introducing more and more fates. And so we're gonna keep growing on this list, and we're gonna keep it interesting, and we're gonna make it crazy, and we think that it's gonna be a lot of fun. Huh. Oh yeah, I showed that off. Yeah, I showed off. I did show this off. So yeah, you can view. You also, if you notice at the top of the screen, the little hologram lights will tell you in real time. So pay attention to the top here. So James picked free bench. So he got a free bench unit. So I can see that right away. The rewards. Okay. So after this match, I will go through the full Choose Your Fate event so you can kind of see the structure. Hopefully that's a loss. Oh my gosh, it's not. Add 1 random buff to all allies or spawn a Mega Shark. Screw it. Now I want to finish this match. I want to see what we can do here. I'm playing such a doo-doo team. You know what? Whoops. Let's see what we can do here. Have some fun. So you buff. Yes, so you can get the same perks. This is what's kind of crazy right now, is you could get +4 team multiple times. And that would mean you have +8 or +12 to team size. That is absolutely possible. So picking a perk right now does not remove it from the pool. Obviously, this is version 1. We have 0 data on this mode. We've played it a ton internally. It is super fun, but we might find that some stuff needs to change a little bit, and you know, that's what we do. Can you get 4x attributes? Yes. Okay, so check this out. So I got +1 to team size. I mean, now we're in it. Now I'm like actually just playing the game. I was gonna quit so that we could just show stuff off. So okay, now that VIP is the way it is. Oh, okay. Wait. Let's get Scavenger online. Let's get you out. Buff you. I need a spawner unit though. Whatever. This will do. Let's see if we... Oh, we have Buzzkill. I guess we can get Buzzkill up front. So let's see what happens. Also, I don't have a unit on my copy square because I'm not a smart man. So what did James pick? So he got heavy hit square. And buffs all around. Okay, so I think he's gonna win. Wait. We've got some pretty gnarly chompers. Oh my god. Are we just gonna out-chomper you? Okay. Add 1 health buff or get a boulder. Let's get a boulder. Let's put this here. I want to get VIP online as well, so we're gonna get rid of rock. Oh, I got rid of scavenger though. Oh my word. I should have got rid of... Okay, can we get rock again? You. Okay, well, we don't have scavenger on anymore, it's fine. Let's put you here. Let's try that. Yeah, classic mode. We're definitely thinking about that kind of stuff too. So, thank you. Thank you. As we've said, like, we are so appreciative of everyone in the community, and you guys are like, you know, you got in the door early. It's like we just opened our store and not all the shelves were stocked, but we are working hard to stock. And this is what you guys can expect. We have cool stuff going. Add a unit to your bench that you don't already have that's triple buffed. Holy moly. Who do we want to get rid of though? I think... This is tough. Let me get rid of you. Let me put you here. What we really need to do is keep buffing our... Okay, so my Thunderbloom right now has 1,241 attack. So Thunderbloom's Plasma Strike would deal 50% more than that. So 1641 base, so a lot. Like an actual snipe. Let's see if we can get one off here. I think we're gonna snipe the Plasmabot in the back. Oh my god. Legit, did you see how much damage that just did to Plasmabot? Okay, so gain 25 energy or gain a copy square again. So I definitely want a second copy square, for sure. I'm gonna put Bomber on it, because he's quad buff. Actually, he's got 5 buffs. Let's get you on. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I was kind of hoping to get plus to team size, but we didn't, so that's fine. All right, let's see if we can take this. I'm having too much fun. The intention was not to play this match all the way through, but here we are. So yeah, this mode is really fun. And all units being at level 7 means everyone has a chance at succeeding, which I think is really enjoyable. You know, you're not going to be facing any like level 15 units, which has its place, but we wanted a space for players where that didn't impact things. So James has officially steamrolled me, GG. Cool. So that is the Choose Your Fate game mode, and the way it works, like I said, is you have this ladder that you can climb for the various rewards. We've got some juicy rewards here. Each tier will require slightly more wins. It maxes out at 5 wins, which is still pretty reasonable. And then you've got some juicy rewards at the very end. The other thing, and this is, I wish that we could do things exactly the way we want to initially, but that's not always the case. Game development is hard. There is a leaderboard, and leaderboards right now only track your total number of wins. So if you win 100 matches and lose 100 matches, you still have 100 wins, right? So this means, again, anybody can be competitive on this leaderboard. And our plan is, similar to Season 2, we're going to manually gift people really cool and exclusive titles for holding top spots. I don't have the exact titles at the moment to reveal, but obviously in the future we want to also give additional rewards for holding leaderboard spots. We didn't quite get that in, and it was the decision of don't release Choose Your Fate or release it as it is now. And I would hope that all of you would choose this hand, this fate. I think our game is much better with this mode in it. So lots of fun stuff. Like I said, this will run for the duration of the season. I have a feeling some of you absolute nerds are gonna blast through it in like 2 days, and that is totally fine. Then you can beat each other up on the leaderboards. The other thing, so this is knowledge for all of you. I did see the question. By default, we were going to launch this mode PvP only, meaning no bot at all. What we've chosen to do is something in the middle. We really, really want everybody to play real players, but the reality is we don't always have enough players at all times of the day to make that a reality. So our middle ground solution is, after being in queue for 1 minute, if you have not matched with a real player, a button will appear that you can choose to press that lets you play against the bot. So just in case you're queuing at some weird time of day and there's no one playing for some reason, we hope that's not the case, you will have the option to play against the bot. I can tell you right now, playing against the bot is definitely not as fun. Sometimes it'll kick your butt, sometimes it won't, but we are giving you guys the option. So there's a theme here, right? Choose your fate. Do you choose to keep waiting in queue, or do you play against the bot? So that is up to you guys. Obviously in the future, we want to rely on the bot as little as possible, if at all. So this is our middle ground. I personally would be happy to sit in queue for a while because this mode is super. From experience in a game that's only PvP, yeah, that's what we were worried about. If there was no option to play the bot, you could maybe sit in queue forever. So we don't want that. Will there be a paid side like a second battle pass? Not for this mode. So there is nothing to spend money on in this mode. We just want people to be playing. This is for engagement. This is something different to do from ladder. If you're done, getting beat up in ladder, or you want to take a break from the grind, this is something else to do, and it's very different. So there's no paid side to this. It's just to have fun, collect additional rewards, and then for those of you that care about being on a leaderboard, you can obviously compete for top spots, which is still worth doing. What about with time constraints? So yeah, we could think about that. Like I said, this is version 1, and we just really wanted to get this out so that you guys could be playing it. Obviously, we could have decided to hold off for another season and probably improved it a little bit, but here we are. We've got it in the game, it's playable, and like I said, throughout the season, whether it's a mid-season drop or every week, I'm not sure yet, but we will be announcing new fates that are being added into the mode. So there will be reasons to keep checking in because the list of fates that we've designed gets crazier and crazier, and at some point we're going to introduce an additional rarity tier called Mythic, and they're going to literally break the game. It will be a lot of fun. So I am all out of air in my lungs. That was all one breath from start of the stream to right now. I did all that, but I just took one breath and said everything. But obviously, super information heavy stream. We hope that this is all really exciting stuff. We appreciate all of you hanging with us. And as we've said many times, and we will keep saying, Right now is the worst our game will ever be. We're only going to keep improving it. We're only going to keep adding features, and we are actually listening to you guys. I still have a giant document that is all of the feedback that you guys have been giving us, and we are getting to what we feel is relevant or right for the game at this time. Beans, thank you for the hydrate. So with that, we're going to wrap up the stream. I have a lot of work to do because we are starting the next milestone, and that's all season 4 stuff. And boy, oh boy, I cannot wait to reveal what we've got for season 4. You think this was a cool stream? Wait till the week before season 4. You guys are gonna lose your minds. So with that, thanks everyone for being here. We appreciate you. Stay safe, stay cool, and we will see you next Thursday. Bye until then.